In a gray city where winter lasted too long and laughter often hid indoors, there stood an old brick building with a snow covered rooftop. And on that rooftop, every evening at dusk, sat a cat. He was small, lean, orange like a fading ember, with a tail that curled like a question. He had no collar, no name, only a habit. At exactly 5 p.m., as the city dimmed and windows lit with yellow glow, he would climb to the rooftop and sit, still as a statue, facing the same apartment window on the fifth floor. Behind that window lived a girl named Elsie. Elsie was 10. She had a laugh like bells and eyes too wise for her age. She had been sick for a long time, tired of hospitals, of the quiet adults, of the way people talked around her, but never to her. But every evening, when she looked up and saw the cat on the rooftop across from her window, she smiled. It became their ritual. She waved. He blinked. Sometimes she placed a paper heart on the glass. Other times he stood up and turned in a circle, tail flicking once like a secret code. She named him Patch. "I think he's watching over me," she whispered once to her grandmother. As weeks passed and the snow grew thicker, Patch kept coming. Even when the sky was heavy with clouds, even when the winds howled and snowflakes whipped like feathers, he was there, same spot, same time. Then came the night when Elsie didn't appear. Patch waited and waited. The next day, still no girl, no waving hand, no smile through the frost. He came again the next night and the one after. Still nothing. Neighbors started to notice the cat on the rooftop. One elderly man brought him scraps. A college student left a small blanket by the chimney. But Patch didn't move. He kept facing that window, his eyes searching, remembering. Days passed, then weeks. One morning, a new figure appeared behind the glass. It was Elsie's grandmother, holding a small urn. She pressed her forehead to the window and looked out. Patch didn't blink. She opened the window slightly and placed something on the ledge, a paper heart. It fluttered in the wind. Patch stood, his tail curled once. Then, for the first time in many evenings, he turned and walked away. Some say he returned to that rooftop every winter, only once, on the same day, at the same hour. Others say that if you look up at dusk, when the snow begins to fall, you might see an orange shape watching from the rooftops, still, silent, and waiting. Because some farewells are never spoken, only witnessed. Everyone like and subscribe to the channel to help me.